Hey, hi everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible? I am audible. I might look super tired, but ठीक है, chill कर सकते हो. Tired भी लग रहा हूँ, it's fine. How many did you guys solve? How many did you solve? I loved the third question. The second was good, but I loved the third one. I loved the third one. 102. भाई तीनों बन गए super easy थे. Okay, that is nice. Nice. Cool. Solved all but second was correct. I also love third, but because could not solve it. Okay, we will get started. Poland ke videos to ek number hai. Thank you. Yeah, I'll start discussing. Just waiting for everyone to join in because a lot of people would have just finished the contest. So let them tune in. We'll wait for a couple of minutes and then we'll start. Okay. We'll wait for a couple of now. The test cases were correct for all the problems. For the first, I am assuming a lot of you were using hash map. So instead of hash map, you should have used an array because there is a shuttle observation if you do. Because if you are using an hash map, you will be adding a logarithmic stuff. We'll discuss about that. Don't worry. Second question was greedy. Second was greedy. Third was basic DFS. Third was very plain DFS with just a bit of tweak. Yes, if you use an array, I think it should not give you TLE. Big of and solution will work. Okay, let's get started. We have 929 watching. Can we take it to 1000? Let's see. Anyways, lesser than the previous stream, we had 1600 in the previous stream, which was massive. कोई नहीं शुरू करते हैं कुछ गाना बजा दो यही बचा है यही करो तुम लोग कॉन्टेस्ट हैज एंडेड तो मैं क्या करूँ कॉन्टेस्ट एंड हो गया तो बढ़िया बात है नहीं करना है कॉन्टेस्ट अरे खत्म करो रुको एक सेकंड क्या आ गया हाँ अच्छा प्रॉब्लम्स आ गया स्क्रीन शेयर करते हैं शेयर स्क्रीन एंटायर स्क्रीन करूँ या क्रोम टैब दो क्रोम टैब कैसे कर सकते हैं रुको एक सेकंड मुझे दो क्रोम टैब यहाँ से दो क्रोम टैब का ऑप्शन नहीं है एंटायर स्क्रीन ये विंडो कर लेते हैं चलो हाँ let me know if it is visible let me know if it is visible I think it is okay coding problems kth mex so okay I'll have my presentify on एक second I will have presentify let's pick control A, yeah. So you're given an array of n integers. Find the kth mex of A. Kth mex of an A is the kth smallest non-negative integer that is non-present in an array. So quite simple and straightforward. Like n is given as 4 and 3 and A is 7517. So the values which are not present in the array are 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, dot, 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 out of which you need to find the third smallest. So can I say this is the third smallest? So quite simple. Now, one of the ways that you can do is because AI is 10 to the power 9, AI is 10 to the power 9, and n is 10 to the power 5. So anything of big of n should work because if you carefully see, n is 10 to the power 5. If you have a careful observation, n is 10 to the power 5. So anything of big O of n should work. Do not go for big O of n log n, might give you a TLE. So the basic brute force that should come to my mind is okay. I'm not sure if this will work because let's see. The basic brute force that you could have done is okay. This is given to me. Not sure if it works in C++. Let's see. You could have done this, right? And then what you could have done is, okay, I need the answer, right? So for int 0, because the answer can be from 0, and I know the answer can be till the maximum it can go is like 2 into n, or you can just leave this something like this, and you can say if this guy is not there in the map, can you just do a k minus minus, and if k becomes 0, can you return the I? So it's basically a simple one where what you do is auto will not work. I'm not sure if auto works on the arrays or not. uh Anyways, you can always do this. This is the easiest way. A of I. Perfect. Cool. And over here, just write a minus one. So this is the simple one. Like if you just write this, quite simple. You just have it everything in the map. Okay, was not declared. My bad. Capital K, capital K. It's very standard, very straightforward. What you do is you just mark all the elements that are present. Yes, you just mark all the elements that are present, and then you just loop and check. Whenever there is not an element present, you have a count, and whenever your count gets to your number that you are requiring, you return the value. So I'm not sure if it will give TLE because I've used unordered map. Should work, and if it doesn't work, so we can use the array as well. Okay, as you saw, did it work out? Problem solved. Yeah, it did work. No, total points scored 2 out of 20. Just a minute. Okay, right. Did it work or did it not work? The UI is confusing. But anyways, so I think it gave you a TLE or something like that. That is why the points are very less. So uh, how can you remove this unordered map? Any idea about how can you remove? By the way, 20 पॉइंट किसका है? ये इसका है या फिर इसका है? 2 out of 20 क्यों दिखा रहा है? प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व सक्सेसफुली में टिक मार्क आ रहा है. ये हुआ है या नहीं हुआ? यूआई. ओ अच्छा, बग है. मैं वही सोच रहा हूँ क्या हो गया. एनीवेज, बग है. बग 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 बग. प्लीज डू इन जावा. छोड़ दो. ये क्या है? इसको जावा में नहीं लिख सकते? How is this not writable in Java? Declare a hash map, run a for loop, again run a for loop. You can't write this in Java. Leave coding. Leave coding. Dude, tomorrow when you go to these companies, they will give you Angular, TypeScript, Django, Go. तब क्या बोलोगे? नहीं, give Java. क्या कर रहे हो? Anyways, oh, you have submitted after the contest. That's why. Okay, okay, okay. Cool. This is a possible way that you can do it. The other way that I can think of is maybe do something as sorting and then do a binary search. Sort this array and do a binary search, but that will be n log n. So yeah, you can think about various approaches. It's a very standard problem. It can have various number of approaches. Like if you sort it and if you do a binary search, you can figure out how many numbers are there. So you can do something like sorting plus binary search, but it will become super complex. N was 10 to the power 5, so no need to make it super complex. You can just keep it simple. Cool. Let's see the next question. Maximum multiple. Yeah, you can do it via set, you can do it via hash map, you can do it via an array. So just a quick one. If you want to do it via an array, the problem that you'll face is you have 10 to the power 9. Okay, so you cannot do it using an array unless until you apply some extra logic. Now something I know for sure is there are n numbers given to you and you need to figure out the kth largest. Okay, so at the max, if all the n numbers are given to you, even if all the n numbers are given to you, then your answer kth largest will be somewhere between 0 to 2n. 0 to 2n. Standard observation. Imagine n is 5 and I'm looking for k equal to 3. Okay, so at the worst case, an array can be something like uh, 5 numbers are given to you, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These can be the array. So then you can be like 0, 1, 2, 3 is missing. So you need to find the third largest. So you can say this is the third largest that is missing. So at the worst case, because n is very small, what you can say is you can always have your answer between 0 to 2n. Because n is very small, you can always say you can have your answer between 0 to something like that. Like your answer will always be between 0 to 2n. Because what they can do in the worst case is keep 0 to n as empty. Like they'll not give you any of the integers from 0 to n, and they can give you all the integers between n to 2n in the array. This is the thing that they can do at the worst case. And if they go beyond this, you'll always find your answer somewhere between here. You'll always find your answer somewhere between here. So if you want to trim down the unordered map, what you can do is you can just simply keep it something like, okay, listen, int a sorry, int hash or int map, and you can do something like 2 into n plus 2, to be safe. And then you can just fill that with zeros, and yeah, this will also work. But just make sure over here you have something like a of I should be lesser than equal to 2 into n. That's it. So because the answer will always be over there, so you can just truncate the map to using something like an array. And now even if it's 10 to the power 9, you don't need to store it, because you're just concerned about elements from 0 to n, because the answer will always be between these two numbers. The answer will always be over here, because k is strictly given to be lesser than n. If you carefully see, k is strictly given to be lesser than n, so you'll always find the answer. So yeah, that's the stuff. As the stuff, you can use this as well. Cool. Cool. Let's get back. Super simple. Let's get back to the second problem. How many of you could solve this? How many of you could solve this? Can it be how many? Oh, okay, increase font size. Cool. How many of you could solve this? Okay, I've increased the font size. How many of you could solve it, guys? Increase the font size. I did. How did you guys solve it? How did you guys solve it? Can you just ping it in the chat? How did you solve it? In the chat. Is it easy? Please go back to the previous solution. YouTube gives you an option of scrolling back. Please scroll back. Sort plus stack. Okay, I'll tell you the intuition. Using soft and max. Using soft and max. Using soft and sort. After 3 sorted array. Yeah, sorted. Sort is the sort. You have to think of sort. Okay. Okay, let's read out the question. You're basically given an array of n integers where n is even. Okay, very important point. N is even. Consider an empty array B and perform the following operation on the array A exactly n by 2 times. Now what they're saying is choose any two elements of A, like you can pick up any two elements of A and erase them from A, like you can remove them from A, and append the product of those two elements at the end of B. That means you take two elements, you multiply them, and you put them into B. You have to perform the operations in such a way that the maximum value on A B is minimized. The maximum value on this is minimized. Okay, let's quickly see this example. So if you see minus 12 17 minus 13 17, so what they did was they selected 17 and minus 12, and then they did a multiplication, and then they had minus 204 in the array B. Then they selected 17 and minus 13 again and did a multiplication and had minus 221 in B. So apparently the array B looks something like minus 204 and minus 221. Now, what is the maximum of minus 204 and minus 221? The maximum is minus 204. It's not minus 221. The maximum of this array B is minus 204, right? Now, you could have gone across and did some other multiplication, like you could have multiplied minus 12 into minus 13. You could have done 17 into 17, like you could have gone across and then minus 12 into minus 13 and 17 into 17. Then the array that you would have formed was minus 12 into minus 13. That's, I think, 13 13 26 156. No, 146, whatever it is. Yeah, 156 and 17 cross 17. I think it's how much? 17 cross 17, 289, I guess. 17 cross 17 is 289. Yeah, 289. So this could have been the array if you'd have chosen these two pairs, and out of these the maximum would have been 289, but they don't want you to choose it in such a way that this maximum is very large. They want you to choose the pairs in such a way. Yes, they want you to choose the pairs in such a way that the maximum is very small. Like you're given minus 12, minus 13, 17, 17. That is why they decided to choose minus 17 and minus 12, sorry, 17 and 12, and 17 and minus 13. Thereby, on choosing this, they're getting minus 204 and minus 221. That is what they got. And now if you look at this array, minus 204 and minus 221, so this guy is sorry, this guy is the maximum. Minus 204 is the maximum, and this is very less in number. The previous example we took, we got 289 as the maximum. So you need to select the pairs in such a way that the maximum that you get in the array is a very small number, is a very small number. Got the question? Got the question? Got the question, everyone? Everyone got the question? So now something we know is the first, like generally, if this question comes up to me, how do I approach these problems? I generally the first thing that I do is I check out, okay, I have positives and I have negatives. Now, if I am looking, what am I looking to do? I'm trying to keep the numbers like after product, after doing a product, I'm trying to keep the numbers as small as possible, right? I'm trying to keep the numbers as small as possible after doing a product. Now, I know something for sure. If I do positive into a positive, if I do a positive into a positive, that will always be a positive number. If I do a negative into a negative, that will always be a positive number. But if I do a positive into a negative, that will be a negative number. That will be a negative number. And if I'm getting a negative number, I'm already reducing the number from the positives, because I know positives numbers are greater than negatives. I know positive numbers are greater than negatives. So if I'm multiplying a positive with a negative, I'm assuring that I'm already going into the negative zone. I'm already, oh, my battery khatam ho gayi. रुको. एक सेकंड, बैटरी खत्म हो गई. So can I say that? Can I say that if you have, like, the first intuition that we should have is to multiply positives into negatives. So that's my first intuition. I will be like, okay, I will get some positives and I'll try to get some negatives and I'll try to multiply them. So that's my first thought process, that okay, let's get some positive, let's get some negatives and try to multiply them. That is for sure. Now, can I say this? If there are n numbers, if there are n numbers, they are already saying that n number is even. Now out of these, definitely a will be positives, there will be a numbers which are positives, and there will be b numbers which are negatives. That is something where we can say that there are a numbers which is going to be positives and there are b numbers which is going to be negatives. Now, can I say something for sure? Like, assume if I have something like minus 2, minus 3, and 5, and 6. So, over here, how many positives and negatives we have? We have 2 positives and 2 negatives. So, how will you try to pair it? Can I get the answer in the comments? How will you try to pair it? How will you try to pair it? How will you try to pair it? Because there are 2 positives and 2 negatives, so you will have a tendency to pair it in this way. You'll have a plus, you have a minus together, and then you'll multiply them, right, and get some value. And you'll have a plus and you have a minus, and you'll try to multiply them and get some value. Does that make sense? I don't want you to discuss about which numbers. I am looking forward to the intuition. I don't want to take numbers and take examples and limit myself. I just want to take numbers. So my intuition or the logic will be, hey, listen, I'm going to take a positive for sure, and along with that I'll take a negative, because I have equal positives and equal negatives. Very important. Equal positives and equal negatives. Thereby I have the liberty to choose a positive and a negative. I have a liberty to choose a positive and negative. I have the liberty. So if I have the liberty, I will always choose a positive and negative. Perfect. So I got the intuition. If there are equal number of positive and negatives, we will always select one positive and one negative to pair it up. Now the question is, which positive goes into which negative, and that vice versa. Now, if I'm taking this guy 6, it's a huge number. Let's understand, it's a huge number, right? So if I take 6, it's a huge number. So if this is a huge number, I'm multiplying this with a negative. The number will go reduce. The number will go reduce. What will be my tendency to do? What will be my tendency to do? Come on. What will be my tendency to do? Anyone? If I'm taking a very big number, your tendency will say you that, hey, listen, let's multiply this with minus 13 and let's get minus 18. We get a very huge number, very, very less number. You might be correct. You might be correct. You will get a very, very big number. But because the generic tendency is to minimize the number, the generic tendency is to minimize the number. So your tendency will be like, Striver, get 6. It's a big number. Get a large negative, which is minus 3, and try to multiply this. Try to multiply this, and you get minus 18. That will be your tendency. But if you follow this tendency, 5 will be left off with minus 2, and you will get something as minus 10. Thereby, the array will become minus 10, minus 18, and the maximum is minus 10. And the maximum is minus 10. Okay? The maximum is minus 10. But this is a wrong tendency. This is a wrong tendency. Had you been like, okay, because you need to look for the other things. What happens is, when you only think of 6, you're not thinking of 5. You're not thinking of 5. Thereby, you're compromising on 5. Instead of that, if you'd have done something like 6 into, I already have a large number, so I can compromise on the negative. I already have 5, so I can do this. So I'll get minus 12. I'll get minus 15. So I'll get minus 12, minus 15, and the largest number is minus 12. So can I say minus 12 and minus 10? Which one is better? This one is better because you're getting minus 12, which is a lesser number, By minus 10 bada nahi hai, minus 12 bada. Sorry, minus 10 chota nahi hai, minus 12 chota hai, dude. Did you understand? So ये जो है ना, spammers, please do in Java, please do in Python. Go to, भाई, I'm not teaching C++ Java. बच्चे हो गया class 11 12 के C++ Java. Have you got this? Have you got the logic? So our thing that I'll try to do is, I'll try to sort it. If I sort it, what I'll get is minus 3, minus 2, minus 5, and 6. This is when I sort it. But then, okay, then you will be multiplying this, but that is something which you don't want. Because if we do this, we are compromising here. So what you do is, you say, okay, let's turn this around. And I'll minus 2, minus 3, 5, 6, right? Turn this around. Once you have turned this, now you're not compromising. You're playing a fair game. Very greedy, simple greedy solution. Because if you'd have gone here, you'd have just satisfied 6, but you'd have not satisfied 5. So you played a fair game because you need to take care throughout. So you played a fair game, and you're like, okay, 6 minus 2, 5 minus 3. So did you get it? If the number of negatives and positives are same, the algorithm for positives and negatives same is very simple. Sort it, reverse, and try to multiply and get your answer. Is the algorithm clear if the number of positives is equal to the number of negatives? Is the algorithm clear if the number of positives is equal to number of negatives? Positives equal to negatives. Is the algorithm clear? Take the other half, swap, reverse, multiply. Take it. Got it? I'll come to this, but we're trying to break down the problem. The problem is not a single liner problem. So I hope this is clear. Let's wait. I understand what if all are positive. Let's wait. Okay. Now, what if? Now, there might be a case where they're not equal. The number of positives, because if you remember, I was saying A to be positives, B to be negatives. What if the number of positives is not equal to the number of negatives? What if there is a case where the number of positives is not equal to the number of negatives? What happens then? what will be our answer? We can either have a lot of negatives or we can either have a lot of positives. Imagine you have a bunch of positives and you have less number of negatives. So you'll have to pair them something like this, or the vice versa. You have a lot of negatives and you have less number of positives. So in either of the cases, you will always get the answer as positive. You'll always get some answer as positive. Do you agree? You will obviously get some negatives, but you will always get some positives, which will be your answer. Which will be your answer. Can I say that if the number of positives, can I say if the number of positives is not equal to the number of negatives, I can surely say the answer will be positive. I will surely say the answer is positive. Do you agree? Does everyone agree? Does everyone agree that if the number of negatives is not equal to the number of positives, no matter what I do, the answer will always be positive? Going slow? Or does everyone agrees with this? Does everyone agrees with this? That if A and B is not right, A is not equal to B, then the answer will always be positive. Right? Now, if the answer is positive, what did we observe? We observed that there will be some guys of minus minus which will give you positive, or there will be someone like plus and plus which will give you positive. This is something which we observed. So if you're taking an array now and we're having like minus 2, sorry, let's sort it, minus 3, minus 2, 5, 7, 10, where the number of positives is greater than the number of negatives. So now if I, by the way, ek aur hoga, and 11. Now if I see, I know one thing, there is a negative. So this negative, don't you think if I'm trying to multiply the negative into some positive to get a number, I'll try to devastate the number that can give me the maximum answer. I'll try to devastate the number that will give me the maximum answer. And for this negative, I'll try to devastate 11 so that this answer is never into consideration. Then for this minus 2, I'll try to devastate the next number, cancel off 10. And then I can easily multiply 7 cross 5 to get 35. Because had 11 and 10 be there, then 11 into 10 would have been given 110. So I'll try to omit the existence of 11 and 10. I'll try to omit the existence of 11 and 10. And that can only be done if I multiply them with negatives. So that's why we'll just do a plain sorting and try to multiply corners. I'll try to omit the existence of 11 and 12. I'll try to omit the existence of the larger guys so that the smaller guys are there and we get positive and positive. Got it? Is that clear to everyone? There might be a lot of negatives, but is that clear to everyone? What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to, because, again, if I repeat, imagine there are a lot of positives. Then negatives will be there and someone will be positive, which will give you a positive. Imagine there are a lot of negatives. Then you'll try to omit the negatives. And then there will be the negatives into getting it. Got it? And over here, plus and plus. So try to omit the bigger guys. Try to omit the bigger positives. So that they go over here and they are gone. And then the smaller positives are here, which will give you a plus. Over here, the smaller negatives are here, which will give you a plus. So omit the bigger negatives. And that can only be done if you start from left and right. Got it? Yes, largest चाहिए, but वो largest को कम करना है. Largest चाहिए, but largest को कम करना है. ऐसे multiply करो कि largest भाई बहुत छोटा हो. That is our motive. Multiply in such a way that the largest is very, very small. Got it? Has everyone got? I think this should be clear. Has everyone got? Can I get a yes from everyone? There's a lot of spammers who are spamming, so please give me a yes so that I get an idea that everyone has got it and I go back to the code. If there is no negative, then the product is largest. If there are no negative, then you go to extremes and you take the middle guys, and that should be kind of, yeah. Cool, perfect. Everyone got the intuition, right? The intuition is very simple. I just omit the largest by multiplying the extremes. I take the nearest guys. Perfect. Largest should be smallest. Thoda confusing, but yeah, Perfect. Anyone who cries C++ Java na, in the comments, I'll kill him. Don't cry C++ Java because it doesn't matter in which language I code, dude. If you have understood the logic, it's super simple. Okay, cool. Let's have the count. So we can go like this. ये C++ and Java में ऐसे ही लिखा जाता है. If a of I, let's count the positives maybe, or let's count the negatives. Do we have zeros? Have. Okay, so let's call the negatives as this. And what I'll say is, let's do count plus plus. Okay, so if counter, like the number of negatives is equal to the, like, twice of negatives is equal to n, that means negatives equal to positives. If that's the case, just do a reverse, a comma a plus and by 2. So you can just ऐसे reverse हो जाता था क्या? My bad. Oh, yes, it will do it. It will do it. So reverse is done, and then you need the mini, no, you need the maxi answer because you're multiplying everyone. So for I and t, I equal to 0, I lesser than n, I plus plus, and you can be like maxi equal to max of maxi, comma a of I. This guy is this, and this guy is a minus n minus I minus 1. Yeah. Oh, I did not sort. Sorry. ठीक है ना, तुम लोग को आता है ना, सिंपल सा कॉर्ड है, आता है ना तुम लोग को. Sort wants to know your location. अरे ठीक है, तुम लोग आता है ना. But you, okay, so what can I do if I missed, man? अरे तुम्हें समझ में आ गया ना, और क्या चाहिए? You understood, right? The intuition was good. I love the question. So there might be an overflow. So long होगा. Anyway, समझ में आ गया. हाँ ठीक है, long ठीक है, कमेंट में समझ गया. You sorted for negative. No, it'll automatically take it, right? You don't need to, like, if you just reverse it, like if it is equal, तो तुम जब half को reverse करोगे, half negatives ही होंगे और कुछ होगा भी नहीं. नहीं हो गया. अच्छा, यहाँ 10⁹ है क्या? 10⁹ and 10⁹ कितना होता है? -18 होता है, तो इसको -10⁸ कर दो. Because the minimum answer can be this into this. Cool. Your accuracy 50%. कोई नहीं, सह लेंगे. हो गया. लास्ट प्रॉब्लम अच्छा था. Okay, I want to read the question and then probably we can start. Please read the question. आप मुंबई आ सकते हो. आ सकते. Can't we say answer equal to when positive is not equal to negative? No, you cannot. Imagine all these guys are filled with no, you cannot actually. I can give you cases you cannot. You can try out with a lot of examples. You have to. It's better to check for everyone just to be safe, because then if you go for like positive equal to negative ये होगा तो mid ले लेंगे तो बहुत cases आ जाएंगे. So just cover up all the cases. नहीं, स्कैम तो नहीं होगा भाई. कोई अमेजन का नाम लेके स्कैम थोड़ी करेगा आपके साथ. I think they are hiring. Hiring takes a lot of time. Hiring is not a process कि आज आपने jobathon दिया, 5 दिन में आपको कॉल आ जाएगा. It takes a lot of time. There is resume screening, then the recruiter sees, क्योंकि I think SD1 hire कर रहे हैं, तो they also look for experience. 1 साल experience देखेंगे, तो done. Perfect. I mean, if you could solve this third problem. How's zero being dealt here? Doesn't matter because you're not looking for minimum. You're looking for maximum. तो जब इक्वल नहीं होगा तो पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव ही इंटू होगा. अगर जीरो है तो ठीक है, जीरो इंटू हो जाएगा, आंसर में जीरो रहेगा. In question 2, what is the answer for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? You can do it right yourself. Question 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the invalid input. It has to be even numbers. No, no chances for freshers. No chances for freshers. It's just a 1 year experience. Please read it. Please read the terms and condition. I know a lot of fresher people are giving and they're like CUNY RI call because it is as for 1 year experience plus for SD, SDET, and SD2. Oh yeah, could run loop till n by 2. Yeah, we could have run the loop till n by 2. Yeah. अरे ठीक है, मुझे अमेज़न से हायर नहीं होना है कि मुझे फ़र्क पड़ेगा, मेरे मार्क्स कम गए तो आई डोंट वांट टू गेट हायर्ड एट अमेज़न नाउ. ग्राफ सीरीज़, हाँ यार, ये तो रहा बना हुआ है यार, बना ही रहा हूँ. यहाँ पे देखो ग्राफ बना ही रहा था जस्ट. समवन हू रोट दिस वंडरफुल स्टफ, जीआईएफ. किसी ने तो तगड़ा सा जीआईएफ बनाया जो इंटर्न है. तो हाँ बस जस्ट पब्लिशिंग दिस आर्टिकल बिफोर कमिंग हियर. एनीवेज, लेट्स रीड द क्वेश्चन. No, 2023 is not allowed. Let's read the question. Which company are you in? कहीं नहीं, कहीं नहीं. A LinkedIn account है, देख लो. I'll not take the company's name. There is a LinkedIn account on the description. You can just click it and connect with me. Okay, can I get a yes if you were able to solve this question? And can I get a no if you were not able to solve this question? So that I have an idea about how many of you were able to solve this question. The code is pretty long. Can I get a yes or no? Come on. Okay, looks like way less number of people were. Okay. Nice. Really आ रहा था. Okay. ठीक है, पढ़ते हैं क्वेश्चन. पढ़ते हैं क्वेश्चन. कितनों को समझ में आया? आई मीन इफ यू क्वेश्चन कितनों को समझ में आया? It's a pretty not a long, still like I have to write a lot of code. ओके, क्वेश्चन नहीं समझ में आया, कोई नहीं, क्वेश्चन समझा देते हैं. सो इन गीक लैंड देयर आर, क्या हो गया, इसको चलता क्यों नहीं है ये यहाँ पे? भाई इसको क्या प्रॉब्लम है, यहाँ पे ये चलता क्यों नहीं है? सिलेक्ट कुछ होता ही नहीं है इधर भाई. Anyways, in a geek land there are total of n cities numbered from 0 to n-1. अच्छा इन्होंने कॉपी डिसेबल किया है सो दैट कोई कॉन्टेस्ट में क्वेश्चन ना कॉपी कर ले. भाई मैं सोचा कॉपी क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, कोई नहीं. In Geekland there are a total of n cities numbered from 0 to n-1. These are connected by m bi-directional roads. The ith road connects two distinct cities, h I0 and h I1. However, the country is at war and is divided into political groups. The group that each city supports is depicted by a color. For the ith city, color I contain, that means in the array you will get the color for which the city that it supports. The king of Geekland wants to restore peace. He knows that if people of three given colors unify without any group's interference, they will be powerful enough to stop the war. So you're given Q queries. In the ith query, you are given three distinct query, I, O, I1, I2. For each query, find whether there exists a path in Geekland such that only the city with these three colors comes in the way. So if I see over here, the first query is ABC. If you see the first query is ABC, do you see a path? So if I draw this path, if I go across and say, hey, listen, this is a path. This is a path which is like A, B, B, C. This only has three colors. This only has three colors. So thereby I can say there is a path of ABC, right? I can say there's a path of ABC. Is there a path of AEC? Is there a path of AEC? Let's see. Is there a path of AEC? So A is here, E is here, C is here. Now, if you take this, this is the path, but this is having A, B, E, B, C. So A, B, E, B, C. But there is like B extra on here. They don't want anything extra. They want exactly AEC. They want exactly AEC. It can repeat. It can repeat. Like if you saw over here, it was like A double B C. They wanted A, B, C. But B can repeat, A can repeat, C can repeat, but there cannot be some other color. Something like A, Z, C. A is here, where's Z? There is no Z, so this is not possible. You need to figure out a path where only these three colors are there. Only these three colors are there. If there is, you say a yes, or else you say a no or no. Got the question? Got the question? Guys, did you get the question? Oh, pen is not working. Oh, I got why pen is not working. क्योंकि अपन रुको because I was sharing. अरे कोई नहीं कोई नहीं कोई नहीं कोई नहीं कोई नहीं एंटायर स्क्रीन शेयर करोगे तो शायद पेन विजिबल होगा शायद देखता हूँ why 2b is there they can say there can be 2b like if you see abc this path is a b b c so what matters is in the path there should not be two colors what matters is in the path there should not be any other color apart from abc b can be twice thrice four times a can be five times c can be 10 times as long as there is no other fourth color they're absolutely okay so if you see aec if you see aec right so on this path AEC, A, B, E is there, but there is no C. And if you even connect this path, there is like extra of B. They just want AEC. They just want AEC. Got it? Got it, everyone? Got it, everyone? भाई ये बहुत कम अटेम्प्ट है परसेंटेज ये क्या है किसी ने किया भी है इस प्रॉब्लम को कोई नहीं सर बैकग्राउंड तो अमीरों वाला लगा रखा है आपने अबे घर है बे हद हो गया बैकग्राउंड नहीं है दिस इज ओरिजिनल होम क्या ही हो गया भाई गॉट इट एवरीवन क्वेश्चन व्हाट द फक यार बैकग्राउंड क्यों लग रहा है डूड cool let's I'll need a bigger screen by the way let me just increase the width ठीक है शुरू करें basically what I'll try to do is because they're looking for three colors right they're looking for three colors and in the path in a path something can I definitely say that the three colors that we can have because we know the colors can be from A to Z because they are using a character to determine it you're using a character to determine it so can I say this the colors that we will have will be something like AAA or something sorry ABC or something like BCD or something like it'll be a combination of three colors. So can I say all the combinations that you can have will be like DEF or EDF or BAC or CAB. So 26 cross 26 into 26 combinations. Ignoring you can ignore the same color combinations, but yeah, can I say the total near of combinations will be somewhere around this? Can I say the total combinations will be somewhere around this? Right? Can I say this? Can I say this? That it will be somewhere around 26 cross 26. That these are the colors that you can have. So if somewhere I can store the answers for everyone, if I can create a hash which tells me does there exist a path for ABC, which I can say as something like DP of 0, 1, and 2. ABC is DP012. This is A, this is B, this is C. If I'm getting like DAC, this becomes DP of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. D0, C is 2. So can I say, so since I'm answering queries, my my thought process will be to pre-store, because whenever you see such questions and look at the constraints, you can't answer queries by doing calls during the queries. You have to pre-store your answers. So my first thought process is very clear. I need to think of an algorithm that pre-stores the answers and tells me, does there exist a path for ABC, does there exist a path for DAC, right? Does there exist a path for so and so, does there exist a path for so and so. So if anyone gives me a color, like for an example, someone comes and gives me a color ACD, I'll say, hey, listen, if my answer at DP of 0, 2, and 3 is true, it exists. If it is false, it doesn't exist. So I need to store. So I need to store the answer. So the first thing that comes to my brain whenever I see queries is I need to do some pre-computations. Pre-computations and store. Pre-compute and store. So probably I can create something like DP of 26, 20, like hash map, not like people love calling DP because DP. Hash map of 26, 26, 26, which tells me that does there exist any path which have these three colors, right? Exactly these three colors. Now the question arises, how do I figure out three paths? So let's quickly jot down this example. ABD, A, B, D, EBC. E, B, C. EBC. Cool. So I've jotted down this particular graph. So I know one thing for sure. I just need three equivalent colors. I just need three colors. So I cannot go for a complete traversal of a graph. I cannot go for a complete traversal of a graph. The reason I cannot go for a complete traversal of a graph is it will always have a longer path. And I'm not caring about a longer path. What I need is a path of three colors. I need is a path of three colors. Remember this. I need is a path of three colors. So what I'll try to do is, remember this. This is something which I'll try to do. I'll be like, okay, listen. Let's stand at A. Let's stand at A and start a traversal. Let's start a traversal. So if I'm standing at A, I'm like, where can I traverse? And I'll not try to traverse in a depth-wise manner. I'll be like, listen, from A, I'll try to traverse something like to D, but I'll not. Because if I go to D, then I'll go to B. And that is not my process because I just want to have three colors. I don't want to go beyond three colors. So instead of going from A to D to B, I'll not go. I'll say I will not go to D, but I'll store D. I could have gone to D. I could have gone to D, but I'll not go to D. I'll not go to D. I could have gone to D. Okay. Similarly, I could have gone to B, but I will not go. I will not go. I'll not go. I could have gone to D. I could have gone to B, but I'll not go. My traversal is complete. I start from A and I say, I could have gone to D. I could have gone to B, but I'll not go. I'll not go. And I'll store these guys, DB, in probably some data structure. Now, can I say this? Can I say this? I will always have a path. Can I say this? I'll always have a path which will be having colors like ABD, colors like BAD, colors like DAB, colors like all six permutations of these three colors, all six permutations of these three colors. Can I say this? I'll always have all three parts. Or I can just, to be simplifying things, can I say I'll always have ADB and ABD if I start from A? Can I say I will always have these? I'll always have a path because if I consider these path rather, I'll always have these three colors. Can I say this? If I have, can I say this? If I have something like this path, then I'll always have ADB, ABD, or BDA, or BAD, or etc. Can I have this? While you teach, it's very important to repeat words, otherwise it doesn't gets into your head. Whenever it's a very long lecture, you'll tend to miss out things. So that's why you always need to repeat things. That is the first primary stuff of teaching. Try to repeat things so that it gets into your head more and more. Okay, got it? So what I did was I did not go to everyone. I just checked out who is nearby to A, and I'm like, the nearby guy is D, the nearby guy is B. Let's form the three parts that is possible. Okay. So as of now, I've done ABD and ADB and ABD. Okay. So let's probably store it somewhere. ADB and AB, ADB and ABD. I haven't taken anything that is with D because I just want everything that starts with A. Everything that starts with A. Okay, A is done. A is done. Okay. What is the next thing that will come? I'll go slow because it's a tough question. I'll not rush. Let's take B. From B, where can you go? From this B, you can go to this A, but you will not go. Well, let's store it, but I'll not go. I'll not go. I'll just store it. From this B, I can go to D, but I'll not go. I'll store it. From this B, you can go to E, but I'll not go. I'll store it. Okay. And, and, can I say this? From this B, if you can go to ADE, can you go to this B? Yes, you can. You can go to this B as well. But it's the same color. Doesn't matter. Go to this B. And now on this B, whenever there is the same color, you go to it because you need to find its neighbors. From this B, you can go to C. So again from B, you can go to C. Right? So apparently from B, you can go to A to D to E to C, again, which makes sense because from this B, you can go to A, D, E. From this B, you can go to C and D again. So all of these guys can be gone. And if I try to write, can I say you can go to, you have a path of BAD? Do you have a path of BAD? You have. Do I show you that? See, if you see this path, is it BDA or BAD? Yes, it is. Or BDA? It is. This path is BDA. Can I say you have a path of BED? Yes, you have. Why? BED, this path. Can I say you have a path of BCD? Yes, you have. BCD. Can I say you have a path of BDC? Yes, you have. This one. Can I say you have a path of BEA? Sorry, BEA. Anything. BEA. Yes, you have. How? BEA. So can I say that you have paths for everything? Ignore the chats. Ignore the chats. Ignore the chats. कौन मॉडरेटर क्यों नहीं रखते पता नहीं यार. Why is there not a moderator? But did you understand this? Did you understand this? Did you guys understand this? Did everyone understand this? Right? Perfect. No, friend. Cool. So my thought process will be, I will try to visit everyone adjacent to it. Like this B had a similar guy, so I went. But my thought process will be, I'll just keep a store of all these guys. And I'll try to form these guys, and I'll say all of these are possible. All of these are possible. Got it? Got it? Got that? So my thought process will be, I'll be like, if there are multiple B's connected, and if there are like A connected to this, E connected to this, F connected to this, G connected to this, C connected to this, right? So what I'll try to do is, I'll try to go to every B. Yes, I'll try to go to every B. I'll try to go to every B. And for every B, I'll try to figure out where can I go? Where can I go? Where can I go? But I'll not go. A, F, G, C. I'll store all the guys that I can go to. And then I can say CBF or BCF, BGF. Why BGF? You can figure out BGF. See, BGF, this. So if you store all the pre, then you can form the three parts. Got it? Got it, everyone? I'll try to just store these guys who are adjacent to B. And then I can always traverse these three colors. You can always B, you can just pick up B and pick up any two guys, AC. B, A, C is possible. How? A is here, B, A, and C. Possible. C, possible. Got it? Got it? B, A, C, how is it possible? Because you just need to figure out the A, C. And you take this path. You just need to figure out the adjacents. And then all of these guys are visible. All of these guys are possible. Got it? Yes, there's no difference. Because what they're stating you is, does these three colors exist? No sequence. They're not asking you for sequence. What is the question asking? Does this three color exist? There's no sequence. Got it? So you just need to figure out the three guys. That's it. Got it? So no, don't go. If two B's are not connected, do not go. So if you have something like this, A, and then a B, and then an A, and then you have E, then you have F, and over here you have like X and Y. Okay. So this A, you will not be like, so for this A, you have X and Y. You can't be like you have E and F. You can't be like you have E and F. This is wrong because A X E is not possible because E is here, A is here, and if you try to go X, you'll figure out B over here. So you don't go to somewhere. So for this A, there will be XY, and for this A, there will be E F. So there'll be two different guys. You cannot combine them because there is a B in between. If they're combined, you can go because it is allowed. Got it? Got it, everyone? Do not go to bed, BED, before understanding this problem. Everyone understood? Give me yes. Give me yes. Give me yes. Just figure out the adjacent and pair banate jao. Triplets banate jao. Just figure out the adjacent and get those triplets. Can I get a yes if you understood this? Can I get a yes if you understood this? And I'll super quick go and code this. Everyone? Perfect. Perfect. No, टेस्ट केसेस पूरी करेक्ट है. क्या मुझे कोड करना होगा इतना बड़ा कोड? बहुत दुख है लाइफ में. चला एक कोड. अगर पैसा ले रहा है कोड नहीं करेगा. कर लेते. So yeah, you can just keep it something like this and having something like this. Yeah, perfect. So the entire DP is 0, and I can have a visited 26. So I can have color. Oh, we have a color array, right? We have a string of color which tells me the color. We have edges. Okay, we need to create the adjacency list. Adjacency list of n size. Let's quickly get this off. So you have edge and you have adjacency of it 0 dot push back of it1, adjacency of it1 dot push back of it0. Perfect. So adjacency list created. What's the next thing that I need to do? I need to have all these DP things. Cool. So really, I will have to go for all these nodes. So okay, I need to go for nodes, right? So int I equal to 0. 1 based indexing है या कौन सा based indexing है? 0 based indexing. Okay, so all these nodes, if not visited, so let's really check out visited. By the way, you should know graph. In order to do this, you should know graph, and this should be like not visited of I, and then you can probably keep set data structure so that you don't have duplicate adjacent colors, because there might be duplicate adjacent colors. So just keep a set data structure. Call the DFS with this node, with the adjacency, with the visited, with the color, with the set. Should be fine. Let's quickly write the DFS. Private by DFS and node vector int adjacency visited color string color set perfect. Oh, sorry, set color carob. Okay, so the moment you get in, visited of node, yes. Now you need to just store, make sure just store the adjacent node. So okay, so make sure if the color is equal of this adjacency node, then you can just go and find those guys adjacent node. EFX of IT, adjacency, visited, color set, and if the color is not equal, if the color is not equal to the node, then what you do is you say root to adjacent. Hey, you are the adjacent node. Can you go and store? Perfect. So store the adjacent nodes. Perfect. Done. So once you have this, just iterate on the set one, and you say dp of color of node or color of a it1 minus a it2 minus a equal to 1. I think we're pretty much done. And now we need to return. What do we need to return? Okay, vector of string return karna. Yes, no. Okay. After this, have vector of string. Yeah, colors are characters and edges are int. String answer. Go to int I. Okay, we have got a lot of queries. So auto ID of query. So in the query, whatever you have, okay, okay. So char a is the first character that you have is it of 0. The char b that you have is it of 1. The char c you have is it of 2. So basically, if dp of a b c or dp of b a c और भाई तो बहुत सारा आ जाएंगे bbc नहीं 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 ecb और क्या होगा रुको भाई तो इतना सारा लिखूं I didn't get that. Could you try again? No, I don't want to try again. Thank you. You don't. अरे हट विजिटेड भूल गए कहाँ भूल गए विजिटेड नहीं भूला अरे एक सेकंड मैं कुछ सोचा था इसको शॉर्ट कैसे 6 परमिटेशंस थोड़ी लिखूंगा will I write 6 permutations that will be crazy short हाँ मतलब कर सकते हो you need to check only once no you don't need to check only once because I'm looking for anything okay so apparently I'm doing for every node so I just need to check I think dp of abc acb that should that do because I'm keeping for this I'm keeping a node sort से कुछ uh that is a way right that is a way that you can do definitely um, I don't want to do that I'm thinking of anything else I want to try out 6 combinations is there anything else that can be done anyways I think dp of a b c or dp of एक सेकंड ए रख रहा हूँ तो मेरे पास बी सी रहेगा सी बी तो रहेगा ही ए बी सी और सी बी सी रहेगा पता नहीं चलेगा कि नहीं, बट ठीक है, बहुत लंबा कोड हो गया 100 सालों बाद। रन टाइम एरर, बहुत दुख दर्द है भाई लाइफ में। इतना बड़ा कोड लिखने के बाद रन टाइम एरर क्यों भाई? तो किस पर रन टाइम एरर? 5601 EBC. Okay, it's a run timer. So apparently it should be a run timer here. I wrote two run timer still. Line 28. Okay, let me see for people. We have adjacency. That's fine, right? Anti नहीं होना चाहिए. No, that is fine. That is fine. लास्ट में विजिट फॉल्स करना है. नहीं, विजिट क्यों फॉल्स करना है? विजिट फॉल्स नहीं करना है. विजिट सही है. निकाल लेते हैं, रुको एक सेकंड. Let me read the code. Just a minute. Give me a second. Let me read the code. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me first check if the DFS is giving me runtime or something else. There's something. Okay, so the DFS is perfect. DFS is not giving me runtime error. So which can give me runtime error? These are characters. So minus IT 025. Fine. Okay, let me remove this and see where am I getting a runtime. Runtime error still. Okay, let me remove this and see if I'm getting a runtime. 50th line. Yes, I'm getting a runtime error here. So why am I getting a runtime error here, dude? IT of 0. सही तो है. What is a query? Query string है. स्ट्रिंग का 0th इंडेक्स ही तो लेंगे ना. गलत क्यों हो रही है? ओह हो माय बैड. अरे नहीं, ठीक है चल. नो 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 नो, एबीसी नहीं है. ओह, क्यों नहीं है? इंटरेस्टिंग. कॉमेडी. हाउ यू डू? डिड आई डू एनी मिस्टेक? डिड एनी मिस्टेक? सेट तो गया था. सेट क्या गया था? Cool, let me print this set for the first thing. Let's debug. Let's print if I'm getting ABC. First time we should. I believe we should. Okay, what are we getting? You see. अच्छा, कुछ नहीं है सेट में. आया नहीं कुछ. क्यों नहीं है सेट में कुछ? क्योंकि अगर मैंने कलर को बोला तो बराबर नहीं है, तो ही सेट में जाने का. तो यहाँ पे ये कभी नहीं आया, इसका मतलब. पास भाई रेफरेंस कौन सा रेफरेंस को पास करना है? विजिटेड एरे डूड. एरे में रेफरेंस क्या चाहिए? आ तो रहे. सेट कहीं सेट का झोल हुआ है. सेट का झोल हुआ है. सेट का झोल हुआ है डूड. सेट का झोल हुआ है. सेट नहीं आ रही है सही से. There has been an issue with the set, I guess, because set is not coming across perfectly. Set dot size 0. सेट का सेट भी आ रहा है. सेट में दिक्कत क्या रही है? अरे बैं 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 बैं. Perfect. Been long. Hopefully it runs. Should run. Cool. Have you understood? Has everyone understood this? अरे यार, छोटी सी गलती थी. Color. We have to insert color, not the node numbers, because we are checking over here colors, right? Chill. But you have to check all the combinations, because it doesn't states that you have to have that same sequence. It can be of any sequence. As long as those 3 colors exist, it is absolutely okay. Okay. because this is not graph in DBA. बच्चा वाला सवाल था, मतलब it wasn't that tough. Was it tough? At least मेरे पढ़ाने के बाद तो tough नहीं लगा होगा. So did you मैं बोलने वाला था कि देखा मैंने कैसे debug किया, how I debugged, because the first thing that I observed was runtime error, segmentation fault might come from recursion. So did you see how I debugged? That is something which I was asking. So I first, क्या हो रहा है ये, छोड़ दो, ये क्या हो रहा है पता नहीं, कोई भाई कोई टच कौन कर रहा है मेरा. Anyways, did you learn how to debug? So that is how generally I debug. I remove lines and check कहाँ issue है, फिर मैं उसके अंदर जाता हूँ, फिर उसके अंदर जाता हूँ, फिर मुझे यहाँ प्रिंट करके देखता हूँ कि सेट तो सही दे रहा है, फिर मुझे देखा कि सेट एम्प्टी प्रिंट कर रहा था, तो फिर वहां से मिल गया. ठीक है, तो आई होप यू एंजॉयड द स्ट्रीम, but you haven't liked the stream, so it is very bad. 969 people watching and you haven't liked the stream. Like कर लो. अभी मैं ऑफिस से आया था, 7:42 is the time. So can you explain code step by step? No. If the query had 8 colors, then you have to write, maybe you have to do something for permutations. Yeah, you have to apply some permutation, or you can just sorting will not work. Yeah, sorting will work as well. If you can sort it and check, I think that will also work. Not sure how the editorial guy did it. I haven't checked it out. Let me see. Did the editorial guy? Let me check. How did he write it? Just give me a minute. I have it on my WhatsApp. I'll not open the WhatsApp. वरना तुम लोग बहुत पंगे करोगे. एक सेकंड दो. How the editorial guy checked it? He checked for the same. He checked all the combos. Anyways, cool. Got 50 by 100. Pretty bad, huh? Yeah, maybe we can just check ABC, B, AC, and CAB. Yeah, that will work because we have done all the combinations. Yeah, that is true. That will work as well. That will work as well. True. Graph series, I have been working very hard, dude. It's very tough. I'll tell you. I have recorded till now. मैं तुम लोगों को दिखा भी देता हूँ. ये देखो, ग्राफ सीरीज का बात कर रहे हो ना, ये देखो. I have almost here's the graph series. You see, these videos are recorded, done, editing. Ah, man, it takes a bunch of effort. I have all these videos here. 16 videos recorded, but editing is like, because I can't hire an editor for this. It's pathetic to hire an editor because he doesn't understand DSA. And then I have to tell him ये कर, फिर वो करके देगा, फिर मैं देखूंगा, फिर मैं बोलूंगा यहाँ तूने गलत काट दिया, फिर वो भेजेगा, फिर देख के बोलूंगा. उसने में तो मैं कर लेता हूँ, तो इट्स काइंड ऑफ टफ, बट ठीक है. I'll bring it. Don't worry, I'll bring it. I have all these videos ready. I'll try to bring it as soon as possible. कुछ मेरे हार्ड ड्राइव में भी है. Cool. You post them without editing. हाँ, छींक रहा हूँ, कोई बात कर रहा हूँ फोन में, मम्मी का फोन है, तो वो सब डाल दो ना. I won't just checking ABC work. I think it should work. Let's check. It's a good question. I think it should work according to our logic. Just because we रुको तो एक सेकंड. अरे यार, ये क्या हो रहा है ये भाई, ये पूरा क्यों. हाँ, ये क्या जीव जी का एडिटर पगला गया है क्या? कोई बात, हटा के देख लेते हैं. बोल रहे हो तो हटा के देख ही लेते हैं. भाई क्या हो गया एडिटर को? भाई छोड़ो, पगला गया एडिटर. मैं एक सिलेक्ट कर रहा हूँ, पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है. एक्सप्रेस भी नहीं है मेरा. ओह, ये भी नहीं लगा हुआ है. जस्ट लीव इट. चेक करके देख लेना, खुद चेक करके देख लेना, छोड़ो. मैं चलता हूँ, आई हैव टू टेक माई डिनर बिकॉज आई एम सुपर हंग्री। आज मैंने डिनर स्किप कर दिया क्योंकि ऑफिस में डिनर 6:30 बजे देता है, और 6:30 बजे मुझे ये स्ट्रीम देना था, तो आई स्किप माई डिनर, सो आई विल गो एंड गेट माई डिनर फ्रॉम समवेयर। एंड या, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर अटेंडिंग। Maybe we'll meet some in the next editorial or something like that. Till then, bye bye, take care, good night, like कर देना।